Today's topic, embrace the surprise. Hi, I'm Doug Holt, author of Your Own Story, and this is your Daily Growth Hack, where each day we give you a tip, trick, or insight to help you uplevel what we call the 5 to thrive. There's your mind, your body, your soul, your relationships, and yes, your business. So it is my birthday, or a couple of days ago is my birthday, but the weekend is upon us, and my wife is surprising me with a lovely weekend away. Now, a couple years ago, probably even a year ago, but probably a couple years ago, I would have spent so much time and energy trying to figure out where we're going, poking, prodding, asking certain questions of her to get an idea of the climate, the temperature, what kind of activities we would be doing, and I was really good at it. In fact, I could almost always pinpoint exactly where we were going each and every time without actually telling. But what happened was it really drained on her. I was ruining the surprise for her. I love the idea of figuring something out and kind of being a sleuth, so to speak, and I thought I was so clever. But what I really didn't realize was how much energy I spent doing this, and also how much it weighed my wife down. She was doing such lovely things for me, and here I am poking and prodding, trying to ruin the surprise and trying to figure out what's going on. Well, this year I just let go. And as I let go, I'll tell you, I noticed there were control issues popping up in me left and right. I had to know, and I wanted to ask questions. And I started to try to figure things out. I just kept letting go. I kept reminding myself each and every time that I attempted to learn what was going on, just let go and let it be. And I also laughed and journaled about my triggers on control and having control over what's happening. I'd ask myself questions. Well, if I don't know where we're going, are we going to be hiking? Do I need protection for my family? Some, knives, or do I need also survival gear? But also, do I need binoculars in case there's wildlife? Do I need my camera? Which camera? I go through this whole slew of questions. Now, these questions are part of the reason I've been so successful in many areas of my life, right? They're a protection mechanism that I've developed over the years, and probably started off with, having my parents separate when I was, 4 or 5 years old, and, going from one house to the other. I always, wanted to make sure I had everything because, gosh, if I was at my dad's house and I left a toy or something on my mom's, I couldn't have it. That was it. So I've been like that pretty much my whole life, and I've always trying to figure out what's happening so I can prepare for it. Really interesting to dig inside of that myself. But when coming to this, what I found was, here we are at my birthday. It's also the end of Q1. And if you've been listening to these daily growth hacks for any time, or you know my story or my journey, I'm the owner or part owner of over 6 companies. So I really take a lot of time to do strategy at the end of the quarters. It's the end of 90 days. Plus, I also set the 90-day game, which if you haven't done the 90-day game, reach out to me. I'll make sure you get a copy of that course so you can go through that program, the introduction part of that program. Happy to do it for you. So at the end of the quarter, I'm just busy. Now I've got an infant and he's not sleeping well, so I was up at 2:30. So my brain is maybe going at 20% capacity. But what I found was, had I have spent more energy trying to control the situation, figure out what's going on, there was no way I could have had high-level executive meetings, bringing on new clients for one of my businesses while growing the other ones. I wouldn't have had the capacity. And by letting go, it freed myself up. Now, I don't know about you, but what's true for me is that when I let go of control, it actually frees my energy. The energy flow within me frees up to do more things. And nothing bad is going to happen, right? While you're watching this, I'm probably actually on vacation right now. Right? I'm filming this before, so you have a daily growth hack, right in front of you. And just know that by letting go of that control, I'm able to do this. I'm able to provide a thought or an insight that I hope gives somebody some value. And that's what I'm here for. I really believe that I'm here to help people. My strength is education, learning, and then teaching and helping people learn, helping people grow and push past their barriers. And had I not let go of this control issue that I have, and I'll call it an issue, but I noticed that it was coming up in me, wanting to control the situation, or at least wanting to know what was going on. So I had some form of control. You boil that down, and it really is about control, if I'm being honest. And I always am. So with this, I really found that in my 5 to thrive, in my mind, right? I was really trying to control the situation, but I also realized I was trying to control it in my relationships, right? So 2 key categories of my 5 to thrive were coming in for this trip where I was trying to control the situation to make sure I was taking care of everything that I felt needed to be taken care of. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna encourage you, grab your journal, and where are you finding control issues coming up? Now, they're not gonna show up as control issues, right? That's not gonna show up as control, but if you boil that down, why do you want this? Why do you wanna know what's going on, right? Why do you really have a diet program maybe? Maybe you're on a ketogenic diet, or maybe you're doing intermittent fasting so you can control something. And that's okay at times. There's nothing wrong with control, but there is something wrong with control if it's sapping your energy like it potentially could be sapping mine. And I'll tell you what, running on fumes, and I'm probably at 15% now while I'm filming this, and it's probably coming through, especially if you're watching this on video, but I wouldn't be able to do this had I not let go of control. And so by letting go of control, it filled me up. It allowed me to have great meetings today, and I want that for you. I want that extra space within inside of you, that energetic space, to allow greatness to unfold even more than it probably already has. I'd love to hear how this works for you. Please go ahead and you can reach out to me on social media. I'm easy to find. Of course, go over to authorofyourownstory.com and get on that newsletter as well, where you'll get the latest tips, tricks, and techniques delivered right to your inbox. It's easy, it's free, and heck, you can unsubscribe. We all know how to unsubscribe. It's not a big deal. Just go over and get on there so you don't miss anything. I want to make sure that I'm here supporting you on your journey to become the author of your own story. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. I hope you enjoyed today's Daily Growth Hacks. Please put your comments right down below, and remember to click subscribe. This way we can ensure that we're delivering these Daily Growth Hacks right to you each and every day. On behalf of the whole team here, remember, go out and be the author of your own story.